Okay, so behind me is basically what boils down to the family car. We are in the town or city of Custer. It is a ghost town, and so we're gonna check it out. Okay, so we have the blacksmith here, and kind of looks like a blacksmith would be here because there's a lot of there's a lot of metal. Oh, check out the car. That's kind of cool. I don't think that thing's run for a long time. I think it's probably parked in the wrong spot. It should be over at the mechanics shed. I don't know if there's a mechanic shed. Double Tree. Double Tree. Double Tree is a hotel. I don't think you'd want to stay here. Okay, so this is basically the town here. I mean, it's not big, right? But that's because people don't really live here anymore. Okay, check that out. I don't know what it kind of looks like. It might be a stove or something. Look at that. I bet that probably stopped working right around the time that last car did. They look like they're about the same age. Yeah. Here's a stamp mill. Got a crush on you. Oh gosh, I hope not, because that doesn't look like that would be real fun to get stuck into. That would not be. Wow. So this is just, apparently it was used for many years because it was easy to move and erect on wooden frames, cheap to operate and repairable by a blacksmith. Incidentally, we just saw where the blacksmith was. So good for him. Blacksmith had work to do. That's pretty cool. We can see, oh look, there's people. That's what it used to be. And if we look over here, there's more like equipment stuff. Notice. Oh. Enjoy, but do not destroy your American heritage. Yeah, those are words to live by. We should all be enjoying our American heritage. That's good stuff. Ooh, that looks like something that was on the playground when I was a kid. But apparently it is a vibrating jig, and it liberated heavy metals. Wow. Wow. I didn't know that heavy metals were like enchained. Pulsating action combined with water caused the lighter particles to float away and the heavier material to settle at the bottom. I'm not sure that I can envision how that worked, but I'm going to trust them because I bet somebody smarter than me wrote that, so that's cool. Oh, look at that. It's a great big thing. I don't know what kind of thing it is, but it's a thing. Okay, this I know. This is like a rail cart thing. Wow. We could get that moving, just a little WD-40. And here's another thing. I don't know what that is. Now this looks ominous. I'm thinking either like smelting or maybe this is like the box that they put the bad people in, right? Like a hot box, and they cook in the sun or something. That would be horrible. That would be the blowhole. This is my alternative historical walk. People were not put in that, I don't think so. I think that was smelting. So let's go see over here. Look, there's a building of sorts. Let's check that out. Okay, we're here at the Pfeiffer residence. And this is where Charles Alexander Pfeiffer lived with his family. He had a store. And I want to be clear, I don't know if there's any relation to Michelle Pfeiffer. Okay, so just, I don't know. If there is, then I hope she sees this because this could be part of her history. I don't know. So let's walk in and see what happens. Let's see what's here. So one of the cool things about this home is that the roof, if you look up, it's actually made out of flattened cans. Isn't that wild? And I think oh, look at that. They had a flagpole. Either that or that's where they used to dry their underwear. I don't know. Maybe. I wouldn't want my underwear that high in the air. Let's see. Ooh. Okay, little dinette. That looks a little modern to me, but I don't know. And fire extinguisher. They had fire extinguishers back in the 1800s. Bet you didn't know that. Some wallpaper. That's kind of cute, little strawberries. Nice little window. I'm not sure what that's supposed to, you know what? That's probably like a radio or something. I don't know. And a map of, oh look, there's Alaska right there. And the Yukon. Pretty cool. Kind of random. Look at all the, these are some old newspapers. Huh, cool. And there's, oh, central heating. That's central heating. And check out the floor. This is not a carpet, by the way. This is like some kind of tile or something. I don't know. Okay. And, oh dear. That's a bathtub. Why would you have a rocking chair next to the bathtub? I don't, you know, the heater I understand, because you're going to boil for the water. The tub is that made of leather? Oh my gosh. They bathed in animal skin. That's a life choice right there. That's I'm not sure about that one. And here, oh, look at the kitchen. Boom. Check that out. So the cool thing about Custer is that you can actually go into the buildings. Isn't that cool? And there's a table, some china. I'm gonna be real honest. I don't know that I would get a good night's sleep on that bed. I don't think so. And looks like somebody lost their shoe. There's just one there. Kind of cool. Okay, so now we're gonna go into the assay office. Let's check this out. Okay, this is a little information on the assay office. Apparently it's one of the most respected people in town. That's kind of cool. So you got to do like some chemistry stuff. Oh, assay, can you see? There should be more music in the world. Here we go. That is a 4-reel door. Check that out. Boom. That's kind of neat. And okay, I'm gonna say not really high ceilings. Kind of low. So these are the displays. We've got the gold room here. And this tells you how the chemistry was done. That's kind of neat. They used crucibles and they used, here's all their equipment. Maybe not all their equipment, a bunch of equipment. Long handle crucibles used in ovens. That's a good idea because you don't want to be sticking your hand in a oven that's hot enough to melt metal and ore. And then here's some ore samples you can see. Wow. So prospectors really didn't know much about mineralogy. How about that? That seems like a bit of a gamble to me, gosh. Okay, so I got to share this one with you as well. This is about the mill itself. Apparently, while the mill was under construction, Packers brought in a flywheel for the steam engine, measured 10 feet in diameter with a 10-inch rim, okay? To perform this feat, the wheel was packed in 2 sections, each half being slung over 6 mules. On the trail, a storm came up. Lightning struck one half of the wheel and killed all 6 mules. 6 more mules were hurried to the scene. The wheel was reslung and the trip was made without further mishap. But, you know, I think that there should be like a special, like in memoriam for the first mule team, right? I mean, they really took a jolt. It's funny, but it's not funny. Okay, we are now entering the school, a place that I have promised myself I would never return to because I was done. But now apparently I'm not.
I was up there. But I want to tell you about the construction because that's another thing that makes it particularly unique. These houses were each made of petrified wood. The trees are all made of jade. There's a couple in Washington, they had a diamond-tipped blade, so they took those stones and they planked them so they could make the buildings. The trees,
Ooh.
yeah, he's got to slow down.
Ooh.
The trees are actually made the same way. If you can get the right angle, you can see they're flat on two sides. There's optical illusions depending on where it is and what the light's doing. Some of them look very round, but in reality they're flat. Chinatown is here. The mill was 2.5 miles up the road. There were houses up every such a special thing. We have the chalkboards, and if you can see, there's writing and pictures on them. We do allow the children to sit here. These boards are not antiques. We have a slate in the case that is an actual artifact.
Happy for modern dentistry, honestly.
Oh, yes.
That does not entice me. Ooh.
The first dentist I went to had a drill like that, and I will tell you that it's not nice. However, I had a dental assistant, and I had a dentist and his wife here.
Okay, so the horse and buggies were really fast back in the day, guys. They were really fast. Okay, we're at a cabin here where a bunch of miners had lived over the years. There was a family there at one point, but apparently right next door was the house of ill repute. Ooh, there's a fly. And turns out that the ladies of the evening would save their worn out dresses and make fancy clothes for the children. So anybody out there who's upset about hand-me-downs, like, just kind of keep that in mind. I mean, at least it's not, you know, from a house of ill repute. Okay, inside the cabin. What is with it? These people did not know how to make a comfortable bed. What is up with that? Stove. Stuff. Oh, you got a window? He should open the window because it's pretty dark in here. And look, I love how safe all these miners were. They all had fire extinguishers. We're just about to go into the Mackenzie house. Now, this dude actually owned the livery, the stables, as well as the saloon. So this guy was super, super rich. And I think the lesson to take away from that is make sure that people have a place to park and a place to drink, and you'll make money. So let's see how he lived. Okay, we've got a fancy schmancy dining table. We've got lace curtains. Look at that. That was expensive. A Singer machine. They got two. Rocking chair. A piano. Do you know what it would take to get a piano out here? I mean, that's crazy. There's a rug. I don't know if the rug's original. I don't know, but stove. Oh my gosh. It has a temperature thing on it, and it tells you which direction is hot. How cool is that? Oh my gosh, it was made in Everett, Washington. Huh, who knew? I'm actually from Washington, originally. Little layette, crib. That's pretty cool. Obviously an antique hanger. And, ooh, another bedroom. Okay, this bed would suit me better than what we've seen so far. You got luggage in the back, and I don't want to talk about that chair. Let's just leave that alone. That's just potty humor right there. That is quite a potty chair. Oh my word. No bueno. Okay, and oh, lots of different kinds of stoves. Wonder how many of these were made in Washington as well. A pump. Oh, this one's French. Bon ami. It's kerosene. Oh, look at the beam. It's pretty cool. Obviously, some of this stuff probably came from the blacksmith. See a lot of metal and more stoves. I'm getting the hint that maybe it gets cold here between people dying from avalanches and safety. Ah, here we are, the saloon. Okay, so, uh-oh. I'm going to claim false advertising. I'm not seeing the bar.
Yeah. Nope. Bar's right there. That's the old bar.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's part of the old bar right
Oh, yeah. Okay, so we do have a bar. That's important because you can't call it a saloon without a bar. Wow, so we've got, this is pretty cool.
there. And we've got drinks. We've got ice cream.
Okay, okay. Oh, these actually look really
Old-fashioned
good.
soda.
Ooh, strawberry rhubarb, that's one of my favorites. That is very cool.
I keep telling people they need to buy the huckleberry jam.
The huckleberry
Yeah.
jam?
Yeah, that's candy down there at the end.
Oh.
And then a huckleberry soda to chase it with.
We might just have to do that. Let's see about that. Okay, so we were just invited to check out the cash register. This is kind of cool. Let me show you. Here we are. Mike is going to show us the cash register. This is... Mike, can you tell us a little bit about it?
Well, I don't know how old it is, but the only thing that really functions, all these buttons don't come up here anymore because it's
Okay.
kind of, but you still have to push one of these buttons and turn the crank for it to open.
I love it. I love it. And Mike can count change. He doesn't need a computer. So that's exciting.
There's sometimes I can't add up, but I can make change.
We all have our thing. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I neglected to really take a look at the poker table because I'm not very good at games like that, and I would lose my shirt.
Yeah, and if you notice the old cards, no numbers.
Oh my gosh. How about that? You had to count your cards on your own.
Yeah.
And there's bullet holes in here, you said.
Yeah, these are bullet holes.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Yeah, people take
Some
their
of them
games
come-
seriously.
Some of them come through the table,
Cool.
and I imagine the one that lost, the bullets hit the table this way.
Wow. That is something. Okay, so Mike, the cowboy that we just talked to, he just told me a ghost story. Apparently which was it? It was the Mackenzie family, the wealthy home. Oh my God, hang on, you guys see this. Look at that. Someone's going for a ride. Okay, so the ghost story, I got to tell you this. So apparently in the Mackenzie house, there's a couple of rocking chairs, and he went in to open it up, and the rocking chairs were rocking, and he thought, oh, well, there must be a breeze or something. So he was on his way out, the rockers had stopped rocking, and that's when he noticed that they were actually sitting partway on the carpet. So there was no way a breeze could have made them rock. So now he always says hello and he always says goodbye when he's opening and closing that house. And you know, he said he actually feels like they can hear him. So if you believe in ghosts, apparently Custer has ghosts. So there you go.